Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Welcome. Do we know the topic today? Yeah? What is it? You came for the topic? Okay. It's power to face and embrace. So, power to face and embrace. So, what is power to face? What does it mean by facing something? What do we have to face in life? Challenges, right? Situations that come that we don't want, unfavorable situations, unforeseen situations. And what do we need to face a situation? Intellect, yes. To make good decisions, yes, very good.
Strength.
Strength, yes, very good. We need strength because we need resources, we need strength in that moment when situations come. And situations come all of a sudden. Sometimes they don't tell us that, okay, I'm going to come. Story is different a day before, and in a day, the whole story might change. Right? And in those moments, what do I need? I need courage. Courage to face those situations. And when I have courage, I'm able to face them better. But what is courage? Courage is a virtue, but it's actually a virtue which is also a testing point for all other virtues. For example, I have honesty. Maybe I like honesty is my virtue and I use it. There will be a moment when my honesty will be tested. And it would be, I know, if I use honesty here, I am going to lose something. I am going to have some loss. And then I need courage to use that same virtue. If I have loyalty, I know if I have or loyalty, sincerity, any virtue, tolerance, I'm able to adjust, I'm loving, any of those virtues that I have, whenever, if I'm able to use that virtue, there will be a testing point for that virtue, which would require courage. So courage is not only a virtue in itself, but it's actually something that I need to use with any other virtue. So I have to use it with all the virtues. Now, how can I increase this courage? Because at some times I'm not able to have it. I'm able to have a lot of fear because I have a lot of fear, so I'm not able to have courage. What is the benefit of using courage? What is the benefit of using some or facing a situation with courage? What benefit I will get if I face something with courage? I'll get mental peace, yes.
It gives you the confidence to face more things.
Yes, I'll be self-confident, so I'll be able to face it better. So if I am courageous in a situation, I'll be able to face it better. I'll have mental peace because I'm not fighting. Okay, what else? There will be creativity because I'm not able to get to a point, so I might find another way to do it, right? I might find something else, so there always will be a creativity. It will bring success because if I have used courage and I'm not letting the fear in, I'm able to overcome that situation. So it brings courage. And so if there are these many benefits that I need for a situation to overcome, how can I increase this courage within me, right? As we said, it's power to face. So it's a power which can be increased. A power can always be increased by using it. So what all can I do to increase this power? What can I do to increase this power?
Continue to do things that scare you.
Very good. So facing your fear. So continue to do things that scare you. So if I'm afraid of something, if something is fearful, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make every possible effort to avoid that situation. I'm going to make, if that is one route, that will be closed. I will find every single excuse not to go that route, and I'll twist my life in a way that I never have to face that because I'm afraid of it. So how will I have courage to face it? Because I'm not doing that. That's the reason I don't like that situation, because when I go there, when I go to that route, I look bad. I look like I'm a failure. I look like I cannot do that. I look like I was not able to do it so many times. I was ridiculed. People made fun of me. So how would I go? How will I face that?
You just start with the small things, small steps.
Start with the small steps, and also face, very good, starting with the small steps, and what that small step would be.
Maybe one person during the situation you're able to go talk to and
Mm-hmm.
versus
Mm-hmm.
you talking to
Mm-hmm.
everyone else.
Right. So good. Taking baby steps. That's very good. Taking baby steps. Yes.
And also, maybe adding some better practices into your daily life, like
Absolutely.
meditation, or
Yes.
becoming more consciously aware and self-aware that
Mm-hmm.
change is unpredictable and change is constant, so that you can better face it because you know it's always going to come up.
Yes, very good. So yes, knowing that change is constant and it's the part of this world, how it behaves, it's unpredictable. And when we go about that, we are able to accept it better. But also, if I tell you, if I go to a supermarket and someone's selling something and they tell me, and I don't like to buy those things, I don't buy them. But they tell me that you will get this benefit from this thing, would you buy? And then the other person that's selling, he's telling the same thing, but he's giving a guarantee. I guarantee you, you get this if you buy this. And that guarantee that if you get this is something, bigger, that's something lucrative. This person is also giving that, but not with a guarantee, saying you buy this and this will happen. And this person is saying that you buy this, I guarantee you. But it's a little bit pricier. So I'm thinking, what would I do?
I'd pay a little bit more for the guarantee.
Yeah, right? I'll take the one with the guarantee, right? Because there's why I will take the one with the guarantee? Because there's a guarantee, there's hope. So even though there's an extra step, that I walk, there is risk that I'm taking over here. If I'm taking risk, but there is no guarantee, so it's not, the hope is not there. Here, I'm seeing there's hope. So for me to take that leap of faith is easier, right? So when I have hope, it's easier for me to make that courageous decision, right? And what happens is when we lose hope is that's when we quit, that, oh, I can never do that. How would this happen? This will never happen. Or this is like this only. This will never come, It's the famous song, I can never dance again. So, it's the same thing, that I can never do it again because I relate myself to a particular scene, and that scene becomes the judgment, my judgment. I put a judgment for myself, and that scene every time as a bold letter comes in front of me. And so I come beyond that. I look for hope. That hope, yes, no, this is not where it is. A hope that what are my true values, right? Love, peace, power. So if I connect to my true values, that this is my true values, and in those scenes, if I wasn't able to use any of those values, it's okay, but that's not my true value. So it brings hope. And when hope is there, I'm able to use that. Hope is there. And the other is faith. And how does faith relate to courage? Because the same thing happened, right? The hope was there that there is something lucrative, but the guarantee added some faith or some trust in there. So trust factor. So faith is something, when I have strong faith or a strong belief, then the courage goes hand in hand. I'm able to take a risk. I'm able to take that leap. Now think of it like these two. This is me, little me, and this is the problem I am facing in my life, or they come. Now this problem is little big for me to face, and I feel small. I feel, oh my God, what is this? This is there, so much is there. Now how can I face this situation? Can you mute it? How can I face? Now this problem is big,
पूछें
and I am
कौन
one
है बनाया
second. Someone can mute themselves.
हाँ होते हैं यानी आइसक्रीम बनाया तो ice cream chocolate chip cookie with
Okay. So, all right, coming back from choco chip cookies to our power to face. So, this is the problem, and this is me. I'm trying to solve it. Right now, I cannot face it. This is too much for me. And this is how I feel burdened. What would I have to do to close this gap? There's a gap, big means how will I face it? I can't. I don't have the strength. It's too big. How can I do this? These are the kind of thoughts I'm having. It's too much for me. I've never done it. This is too much. Yes.
Maybe attack it little by little first.
Attack it little by little. Okay, that's one method.
Like
So
chip away at it.
I go, but I do attack it little by little. Meanwhile, I'm thinking it is so big, and I'm thinking, and it's becoming bigger and bigger. That's what happens in real life, right? So what I would have to do it is increase my strength and make this smaller. Both. So increase my strength and make this smaller. So then it's easier to face. And how would I do that?
By not allowing a problem to seem as big as you think it is.
So
Make it more minute.
How do you make it minute? Very good.
By not dwelling or worrying about it.
Mm-hmm.
Telling yourself that you can address and deal with it.
Yeah, yeah. That it's not a big deal.
Right.
It's small. It's not a big deal. Okay, let's see. There can be a way out of it. Okay, it can't be that hard. Okay, let me try. So these are the kind of little baby steps that you're talking about to make the bigger situation. How hard can it be? So asking that to yourself each time, how hard can it be? It can't be that hard. So the moment I say that, this becomes smaller, and I'm more willing to try a newer option or be more creative to test it. But if I think, oh, it is too, I don't know how will I feel, why this problem came in my life, why is this? So I am adding more to the problem. Then, okay, this is to make the situation smaller. Okay, so now how do I increase this? Because I have to do both, right?
Building up your confidence.
Building, but how would I build my confidence? Yes, very good. You can take the class.
Becoming more mindful again and having better practices in your day-to-day that will allow you to sit in stillness. Because when you sit in stillness, you're able to come up with solutions. To
Beautiful, sitting in stillness, right? So basically what we are doing when we are sitting in stillness, we are conserving, like someone said, not having those kind of thoughts. We are conserving our energy. And why we need to conserve our energy? Because when we have a storm, what do? We know there's not going to be any power. We know there's not going to be any water, no food. We save. We save water, food, and then if we have our cell phone, we don't go on YouTube and Instagram. We save the energy. Why we save the energy? Because we know there's a storm and we're going to most likely be requiring more of that we're going to need on time, so might as well not use it. So in a similar way, my asset, which are my thoughts, at that time I need to use more of the power of silence. So I cannot afford to waste any of those thoughts into the negativities. And when it's a storm, when it's a life-challenging situation where I need more power, it's more likely that I'll use those negative thoughts. I will be more negative that I have, and I'll be wasting when I need to be saving, when I need to be conserving it. And that's one way of doing it. And then the other is that when I know, like someone said, the intellect, when I know it is the right decision, right? Even though it might be difficult, say suppose we go and the doctor says that this is the right decision to make. Okay, this will require a surgery, this will require something bigger, but this is the right thing to do, because if you want to get success, this is the right thing to do, but it will require a little more effort. What will I do? I would most likely go with the longer route, because When I know this is the right thing, I automatically get power, because truth has power. And so when there is something I know ethically is right, something I know from within that this is the right thing to do in whatever situation I am in, it gives me that power to face it, because I know this is the right thing to do. If I don't know what's the right thing, then there is a confusion. Should I do that? Should I not do that? And my decision making can be covered, right? Oh, this is not the right thing. If I do that, what will people think about me? This is the layering of the, what will people say? They might feel bad about it. They will do this thing. If I open my mouth, then, I'm not being loyal at that time. So all these kind of thoughts can come where I'm not using the conscience or the truth within me that, okay, this is the right thing to do, and they could overlap, and then I would be fearful. When I know for sure it is the right thing, very easy, because truth has power, and whenever I use it, it will give me power. Then there is also this other thing that we talked about, the baby steps, right? When we take these baby steps, sometimes it might still be difficult to even take a baby step. Or it could be something, like I said, I recently was visiting somebody, I think last year, and that lady was, I went to her room and I saw she took off her shoes with the help of some, like a long kind of stick. So I said, okay, how did you use that to take off your shoes? So she said, I cannot bend, I cannot touch my feet, and so I use this to take off my shoes. So I said, okay, so you can't bend, so you really can't touch your feet? She said, no. So I said, okay, that's how you take off your shoes. And then the next question is, how do you wear your shoes? Because taking off is easy. How do you wear your shoes? So she told me, she showed me a method. That's how she puts the socks on top of that thing, the stick and the kind of a model, and then she puts the sock on her feet. And I thought this was so innovative, but at the same time I realized that she was not able to do that. How just wearing socks and taking off shoes was a challenge for her, right? For somebody else it could be, oh, it's not a big deal, but when in life we are faced with something like that, it's a challenge. So courage doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, I'm coming out loud and I'm telling people that you're not supposed to do that. Or facing something is when I could be silent and facing some situations in my life which might not be anything for me in a different phase of life, right? So it is very silent. People think that, when we are bold and when we talk to others and we tell them you're doing wrong, this is not how it is, this is facing. That's not facing, that's bringing anger, right? We are angry and sometimes audacious also. We are audacious that we are not respecting other people, even if we may be telling them the right thing, but our feelings behind it is not pure, and so we are using anger as power to face and not our real power to face. So that would not be called a power in that sense. We are feeding onto the negative aspect of it. So that's also another thing. And then we have another way of doing it is, most of the times we're not able to do or face any situation when I feel I am all alone. I am left alone, nobody is with me, nobody is helping me. How much can I do by myself? So when I feel that I am alone, so what to do with that? So for that, there's always somebody else that I can look up to, right? That's one way of looking at it. I could look up to somebody, oh, that person could do it. And that gives me that, when we see an example in our life, it makes it so much easier for us to follow it in that sense. And the other is that thinking that as a being, my eternal parent is responsible for me, right? My eternal parent is there, the higher source. So in that sense, I am never alone. But I have to realize that, I have to have that faith, or I have to use that. And the other aspect of power to face is when we are disappointed, when we are so disappointed. And it's not like we are disappointed because we have a habit. Maybe something has happened in life. Maybe there has been a failure which is unusual compared to others. Maybe it's a repetitive failure, not one time. Maybe there is a repetitive, and so there is a valid reason for disappointment. And we're not denying that. But in those failures, what we are taught over here at Brahma Kumaris is, in Hindi it's called Purusharth se Pralabdh, which means is reward is there from an effort, right? Which gives me so much power at any given time that whatever effort I make, if I don't like what I'm seeing, I can always make an effort and change that. Because the reward of whatever I get is based on my effort. Now I say I made an effort, I made 10 times and I failed. Okay, maybe have another type of effort. Maybe use a different kind of method, different kind of tact. But maybe I need more effort than others. But if I feel that outside is not what I would want it to be, I have the power to make an effort any time and any moment. And that's my reward is proportional to that. Now we say that different people get different rewards. They try the same, but how they get different grades and how they're different, meaning in terms of the success, right? Outside white looks different when everybody is trying, because there is a difference in the current present effort, and there is a difference in the effort that was made in the past. So it's never unfair. It's never unfair. So it allows me to be or to try, never to quit. And now I'll just finish it over here. We'll take the questions later. But we do have Sister Raj, and she's going to share her experience on power to face.
And good evening to all of you. Power to face and embrace. Sister Neha, I think she explained very well how to face the situations in our lives. Problems comes in, challenges comes in, and I think nobody's in the world is that person who doesn't have a problems, challenges in their life. I think challenges come from when we are young, start from the young part, when we are in school, when we are college, and everywhere. So I was asked to share my experience. So many challenges in the life come and gone, and how to face it, that's depend on you, how to do it. When challenges come, you want to sit alone and cry, okay, why this happened to me? Why is not this to this person? Why is not this? And either you sit and cry, or you face with a lot of courage, make an effort and have a lot of courage from inside. So Sister Neha was explaining very well. I was listening to. As I'm part of Brahma Kumaris from last 14 years. Problem was there before too in the life, before I come into this knowledge. And problems are here still in the life, even you make a lot of efforts, everything is same, comes, but the way you face it is different than before. So many problems, but is, I think last year I have a challenge in my life with the health problem I have it, which I never had it before. So that was the first time I think I can say I get sick in my life and don't know what to do, what not to do, because I never had it that. But how to face this? Facing that is either I should sit in my home by myself and cry, or take some home remedies, whatever need to do it. Or I go out and take some step and go out and get a treatment or whatever is that. So that was a big problem, I think, big challenge in my life, and not even first time. There was another challenges before, other physical, financial, whatever you name it. There was so many. But there was, I think, those challenges were, I faced it different, and this was faced different way. So before the knowledge, there's a different way you can face those challenges. You go ask somebody, oh, I need help, I need this, I need that. People in the world, if they want, they can help you. If they don't want, they say, okay, we cannot do that, right? But here, when we are here, we know how to face the challenges. I think every person, inner power is there for every person. And there's a lot of courageous. With that, you have to believe yourself and to get a power from the higher also. And you need to know how to get the higher power from the top to in. So that's how I think I face it. So I was always then home, then went to the hospital. And a hospital, they don't know what to do, and they couldn't find out what is going on with me. And still, after a year and a half, I don't know what was happened to me. So I was just almost gone. I can say that. So with that situation, family was scared. Family's here, they were scared. They was worried about me. Family back at home, they was worried about me, and everyone else is in here. All was, we can say, is worried, scared, whatever we call as a family member, love each other, whatever that. So when I was in the hospital, doctors coming and going, some do this, some do that, and nobody knows what was going on. Yes, giving the medication, this medication, that medication, this test or that test. And I was laying on my bed and just letting them do whatever their job is, whatever they're doing it, let them do their job. But from inside is, I can say I don't have no negative thought. Oh, I'm sick. What is going to happen to my kids if I gone? What is going to happen to this family member if I leave the body, or whatever is going to happen, because my kids was right there. And no negative thought, even not 0.1% in there. Because when we are here, we do some meditation, we get the power every day, So that power was still there, and I was using it, that power also at that time, whatever was saved, whatever we get it. So just let them do whatever they're doing, whatever my family is doing, whatever my kids doing. I'm laying on the bed and just doing my bringing my inner strength and doing my meditation here and there and getting the powers. So with that, I think you have to have a lot of courage to do that also, a lot of power to do that. With that, I think in 1 week, they didn't know what was happening. And I was like, after I think 2 days I was gone. I don't know what is going on in the world and what is not going in the world. I was just, and no thought and nothing. Even I was preparing to leave. My doctor come to see me. She's my friend too. She come to the hospital and see me. I'm asking her, let me know if something is going to happen to me, then I can start preparing for myself what to do, because kids, they don't know, and family maybe don't know, but I'll start preparing. And doctor said, no, nothing is going to happen to you. You are okay. You will be fine. Okay, that's a different story. But still everything is going on, and just getting the treatment and doing my meditation every day, morning and evening. In our Brahma Kumaris, we have like 4 o'clock meditation we do. Then 6 o'clock we have a class every day we do. So I was attending those classes every day, morning and evening. Turn on my phone, get into Zoom and listen, and that give you more courage and power, how to face those challenges in the life. So after few days, I was in I think 4 days, 2 days, I don't know nothing. They transfer me here and there. After I think 4th night, I think I can say a miracle happened, whatever happened, but I don't know. It was like some powers, something comes to me at night time. I was sleeping. I was getting a lot of power from that. I was getting the rays, so much power out of that I was getting it. And I wasn't sure it was for 2 minutes, it was for 10 minutes, it was for an hour, whatever was that. So after I come out of that, because I can feel something is coming and going. When that thing was going away, I can feel it that is going. But I want to stay in that feeling, whatever was I was getting from the higher. I can say I get it that. So I was feeling that, then I wasn't like want to get out of that. So after I out of that, I'm like, oh my God, I sleep very well tonight. I was rested very well. So now my body is very light. It was heavy before with the sickness, and I was like very light. I was. That was my first thought. Then my second thought, I was know what was the time at night time. I'm like that. Oh my God, I think I missed my class today. So I pick up the phone and checking the time. It's 2 in the morning. Then I was like, okay, I'm good right now. Go back to sleep. But after that day, I was healing up more. I was getting healing up more, but I was having some things on my body. They was testing whatever. But after that, next day, that whole thing was gone. I don't know how was that gone, because maybe that higher power gave me treatment, because they was testing it, they wasn't find out anything, and I was telling them, you will not find out anything from my body, what happened to my body. So you can do whatever you want to do. That's their job to do it, whatever they was doing it. But that courage and power that we get it from higher authority, we can say. We still getting it there. I'm still doing it there. Before was doing it there. I think whatever was saved, I use it that time. Now start saving it again. But how to get it that? You have to know that how to get it that. It's like have to have a positive thoughts always, not think about anything and not any negative thoughts. Everything is positive. And for me is when something happen, anything happen in my life. Like usually we say, okay, we go to the friend, we go to here, and they are ask people to help or this and that. For me, how we taught here like go to higher authority. We can say, we will say, go to God. Talk to God first. This is what happening into my life. Like we usually say, He knows everything, right? Whatever happening into our life, He knows everything. We don't need to tell Him. But for me, I have to tell Him everything first. Go even whatever happened in my life, like whatever is job problems, financial problem, kids problem, whatever is, I go to Him first and tell Him, okay, this is what happening. I need you to do this for me. I cannot do it by myself. I need you to by my side. Right? So then after that, you go to family friends. Okay, if you need help, okay, this is what happened. Even a family friend, we say, okay, this family friend knows everything. What? Will they step up to help you? Even they know. They will say, oh, she didn't tell us anything, so why will we go? That's how I go out over there too. Okay, tell him first, then go if you need help here. Whatever need to done after that. So because always this is, God will let you, if you don't tell Him, He will let you do whatever you want to do. Sometimes we go last with God, He say, okay, do whatever you want to do, then when my turn, I will pitch in. So my is, I have to go to Him first. That's how I get a power. That's how I get it, my inner strength to face everything, whatever challenges come into my life. And keep it there. When finish that, then keep doing it on that, embracing that. That's how I do it in my life. So that's my lifestyle. There's a whole lot of other stuff to share, but I think my time is up now. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, Shanti. You give us some meditation, commentary, so we will sit and do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Raj. That was a truthful experience. I was a witness to that. Okay. Om Shanti. I am a powerful being. Power is my true quality. Power to stand up for myself when there is injustice. And power to stay next to truth. I, the being, am a child of the Almighty, and so as a child, I, the being, have all the powers within me. I let go of my fears. Fear of retaliation. Fear of having a poor image. Fear of failing. I see behind those fears there is a desire that I'm holding on to. I let go of that desire. And I'm willing to face whatever outcome it might hold. Because when I know truth is on my side, victory is certain, is definite. How much ever steep the jump may be. Superficially, things may seem difficult or even impossible. But with the guidance from truth, the higher authority, the power that I, the being, the shining star, take those powers, and with this hope and belief within me that nothing can ever defeat me. Change is inevitable. And I am embracing that change because it invokes new powers within me, new opportunities to change, my life in a positive way. I have good wishes for everyone. And I accept things and people as they are. Allowing me to face the situations and find new solutions, new creativity. My eternal parent is there to guide me, provide me with the strength I need. This act, as if I have done many times, not the first time I'm doing it. It is not a big deal. I'm able to overcome all situations by having this deep faith and hope that time is changing, but I am changing also. I can change even before time changes. Thereby learning from these experiences. I am not afraid to change. Not afraid to change my negative traits into positive. I know myself. I, the being, am a powerful being, the child of truth. The most powerful source. Om Shanti. Any questions? No? Okay. Thank you. Om Shanti. Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Very beautiful commentary.